Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and thanks for coming. I wish to start by expressing my sincere gratitude to David and Yvonne and colleagues at Thomson Reuters for their generous support in hosting this conference. We were lucky to have David at Cass Business Schools at the second Responsible Banking Conference, and we are very pleased now to be here. Of course, I want to thank all of you for taking the time out to be here with us today, and my colleagues at IBDE and Thomson Reuters, especially Ben. Getting back to today's conference, we've said many times over the years that the role of banks in causing the economic crisis and the banking policies that are required for economic recovery have been very controversial across the globe. The previous IBDE forums discussed some of the failings in banking standards and ethics, and it seems that both the industry and regulators and policymakers are quite keen in addressing these shortcomings in the banking sector. Last October, 31st of October, precisely, IBDE in partnership with the City of London Corporation hosted a high-level meeting at the Mansion House where we looked at the impact of financial services regulation on long-term investment, and so I hope that today's conference, particularly the second session, will be able to discuss this very critical issue for the economic growth in Europe. The first session will address the trust and confidence, as we've been doing throughout the year in 2013. Issues such as the importance of rebuilding trust in the banking industry and what should be done to enhance the confidence in markets, the response to the last year's Parliamentary Commission on Banking Standards, and we are very grateful to have the Honourable Pat McFadden here today to discuss the outcome of the report and how the industry has responded. What would be an ideal a bank model in the UK and the world, and the danger of regulator divergence around the globe and the need for a coherent and coordinated response from regulators, how technology could play a role in growth, and what lessons have been learned these last few years. The second session will aim to address the role of the regulator in this process, and we are very pleased that the chairman of the FCA will be with us today, and who will be discussing the strategy of this new body in ensuring that similar crises do not occur. What is the cost of regulation, and what impact extensive regulation could have on long-term investment? How effective were the regulatory changes in the last few years, particularly since the crisis started, and the enduring competitiveness among financial centres internationally? I'm pleased to say that we've assembled a very diverse audience and a very distinguished level of speakers to discuss some of these issues in more detail, so I think we'll have a very rich conversation. There will also be an opportunity to ask questions, so please feel free to participate in the debate.